What is up, guys? Welcome back to GC Sports. Hope you've been enjoying all of your days. Today, I'm going to be talking about the one thing that was in my YouTube short this morning, if you guys saw it. Brandon Aiyuk today has demanded a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. It was about time. You could tell it was going to happen. Brandon Aiyuk is currently 26 years old. He's on his rookie contract still. This year will be his fifth-year option. Remember, he was drafted by the 49ers in 2020, round 1, pick 25. And if you see me looking this way, it's because I wrote notes down about Brandon Aiyuk and what I plan to talk about today. So if I look to my side, that is why. But just like I said, he's on his rookie deal. He's currently 26 years old. This year, he'll be playing under his fifth-year option, taken round 1, pick 25 by the 49ers in 2020. His contract expires at the end of this season, so this is his final year with the team. He is set to make about $14 million this year, and Brandon Aiyuk wants a new contract. You see a lot of players when they hit their fifth-year option, or even before that, if they're playing well, they want a new contract right away. And the 49ers, they were in talks, but then, the 49ers just stopped talking to him about it, and finally, he gave him a chance, but now he has demanded a trade. And today, I will be talking about the teams that I can see Brandon Aiyuk going to. Let's just hop straight into it. Number 1, as always, the team he's on, the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have no interest in trading Aiyuk. They want to keep him on the team to pair with Debo and George Kittle and everyone else that they have. Juwan Jennings, he's on the team. I don't know how long his contract is. But they want to keep him. And they're more focusing on the season to come. They're focusing on their training camp and who their cuts are going to be when the 53-man roster comes around. They're not focusing on giving Aiyuk a contract right now. And they have no intention to trade Aiyuk. However, if Aiyuk really wants to get traded, which he already demanded a trade, if he gets all pissed and becomes a problem for the 49ers, then they might just have to trade him. But the first team is always got to be the team you're on, because you've seen so many times players demand a trade and then end up signing a contract with the same team a little later. So first up is San Francisco 49ers. Next one is actually the first team that he could be traded to. It is the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers had a really surprising year last year. Didn't expect a lot out of them, but they went pretty far in the playoffs and almost beat the San Francisco 49ers. And they have a good receiving core. The receiving core is really young with, I'm forgetting their names right now, but Christian Watson and all their other receivers. Good receiving core, however, they're really young. And with that, they could add a 26-year-old Brandon Aiyuk. 26 is still pretty young, but he could immediately be their number 1 receiver. And having a quarterback like Jordan Love, which I'll admit, I didn't think Jordan Love was going to do well. I've been saying since the beginning, Jordan Love was not good. He was not going to do well. And he surprised me last year and did really well. So now, with Jordan Love as QB, I'm very positive Aiyuk would be happy with this. And he would be their number 1 receiver with Christian Watson as the number 2. Christian Watson is a crazy number 2. Then they have Romeo Doubs, I believe, something like that. He's a great number 3, but he's their number 2 right now. Either way, next one is the Packers. And the next one, which a lot of people see Aiyuk heading to, is the Washington Commanders. I still don't have a sticker for the Commanders, but this is how we're going to do it. Jaden Daniels, they selected him to be their franchise QB in the NFL draft with the 2nd overall pick. And Jaden Daniels was at Arizona State before, and when Aiyuk was at Arizona State. And Jaden Daniels was Aiyuk's QB. Of course, Jaden Daniels transferred to LSU, but once again, he was Aiyuk's quarterback at Arizona State, where Aiyuk came from for college. And just teaming them back up. As soon as you see it so many times, a rookie QB have that number 1 receiver, the number 1 receiver. I've seen it so many times. Joe Burrow struggled in his first year. He also got injured, pretty sure. But then they got Jamar Chase. Boom, look at them now. There's so many cases. But I see Washington Commanders as another one to pair up with Jaden Daniels and to give Jaden Daniels that number 1 receiver. And of course, you're saying they have Terry McLaurin. Of course. However, Terry McLaurin is a good receiver, a very good receiver. but the defenders are blocking him so much because that is their main target. And with that, if they add Aiyuk and Terry, someone's going to be in double coverage, which is going to mean one of them get open. And if they're both covered, well, you have your tight end that you could toss it to. You got your other receiver, or you even got your running backs as well. And with that, it's the Jaden Daniels connection. Washington Commanders, next on the list. Next up, we got a team that I can actually really see him going to, and I think he'll end up going to as of right now, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have talked to the 49ers, and the Steelers want Aiyuk. They want to pair him up with George Pickens. And no matter who their QB is, whether it's Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, they want another target. They want another receiver. Now the rumors are Steelers are really interested in getting Juju Smith-Schuster back, which I don't see Juju making the Patriots' 53-man roster. And if that's the case, they could just sign him out of free agency or trade like a conditional 7th-round pick for him. Juju was not very good in New England. But, however, Steelers, they want to pair with Pickens. Imagine they actually got Juju as well. That would be kind of crazy. They're number one, Aiyuk, the 2 Pickens. Pickens is a crazy number 1 as it is. As a number 2 with Aiyuk, crazy. I see him going to the Steelers. He would immediately be their number 1 with Pickens. That would also be kind of a 1A, 1B. So that could be one of his problems. However, you'll have 2 quarterbacks that you get to work with. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Justin Fields is the future. However, present right now is Russell Wilson. Let's see if he does well on the Steelers. But this is about Aiyuk, and I see Aiyuk joining the Steelers. And the next one is my favorite team, the New England Patriots. The Patriots have called the 49ers in the past couple of weeks asking about Aiyuk. And the 49ers have said they had no interest in trading Aiyuk. Well, now that he's demanded a trade, you got to put the Patriots on there as a candidate, to be a trade candidate. They're a young team. They got a new up-and-coming QB once Drake May gets in after Jacoby Brissett. They got 2 good receivers. That's the only thing that I could see holding him back from going to the Patriots is they drafted Jalen Polk and Javon Baker. Baker, the touchdown maker, and Polk are doing really well. Future top receivers for the Patriots. And then they also gave Kendrick Bourne his new contract. They also have KJ Osborne. Juju's probably going to get cut. However, just like that, that's like, 4 or 5, and Demario Douglas. So they already have 5 pretty good receivers and up-and-coming receivers. At Aiyuk is immediately their number 1, with Kendrick Bourne as the 2, and 3 would be a battle between Demario Douglas, KJ Osborne, Polk, and Baker. It would be a crazy team. 49ers, if they trade him, they're going to want a first-round pick. However, I don't see them getting a first-round pick. You see it so many times. Once a player wants out, their value immediately goes down. Okay? You'll probably get a second-round pick. And if it's the Patriots' second-round pick, which as of right now, it's a battle for who will get the number 1 pick next year. In the projections, it's between the Giants and the Patriots. Hope it's not the Patriots. I hope they do well. But if the Patriots add Aiyuk, they can immediately become, depending on how Drake May does, can immediately become a playoff contender. Not a Super Bowl contender yet. We need a couple years for that. Hopefully up and coming. However, Patriots, they add Aiyuk, instantly they're a possible playoff team. And I hope he goes to the Patriots. And next, we're going to the Buffalo Bills. The next team that I can trade destination for him. They trade Diggs to the Texans. Their receivers are Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, and MVS, Marcus Valdez-Scantling. It's not a really good receiving core. If you join there, Aiyuk, you're immediately the number 1, and you have Josh Allen as a QB. I'd say that's pretty good, if I say so myself. But the Bills have to be in there because they trade their number 1 receiver. Diggs is now a Texan, and their receivers are once again Shakir, Coleman. Coleman's a rookie. Curtis Samuel, he was their number 1 until they drafted Coleman. Who do you consider the number 1 receiver right now? Comment down below. But, of course, the Bills are in there. And next, I forgot why I put this team in the possibility, but it's the Baltimore Ravens. And I kind of forgot why I put them here. But Aiyuk would be great on the Ravens. I can honestly see him in a Ravens uniform, kind of. But he's on there, and having Lamar as a QB is a great QB. And moving on, we got the LA Chargers. They have no one at receiver. They cut Mike Williams, who ended up signing with the New York Jets. They traded Keenan Allen to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are stacked at receiver. But the Chargers, now their receivers are Josh Palmer's their number one. Then they got Quentin Johnson, the rookie Ladd McConkey, and DJ Chark. That's your whole receiving core? You need a real guy. Ladd McConkey is more of a slot player. Quentin Johnson seemed to struggle when he played. Hopefully he has a good rest of his career and does well this year. However, Josh Palmer as your number one receiver, I'd say that's kind of a red flag. You need another receiver. You need a really good number one receiver. Aiyuk would instantly give you that. And having Justin Herbert as a QB, man, you better hope you get Aiyuk. And next up, this team, I'm kind of mad with all the rumors going around. You know who? Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is not getting traded. Just because Aaron Rodgers is on the Jets, and everyone saw the series Receiver on Netflix. Yes, he was mad. We had Josh McDaniels as the coach. Now, we've talked to him. He said, if you don't hire Antonio Pierce, trade me. We hired him. We talked with him about our next QB. He likes Aiden O'Connell. Yes, Aiden O'Connell's still young in his career. He was a older rookie. But this is going to be his second year. And hopefully he does better this year than he did last year. He did pretty well last year. But I just say the Raiders got to be in there because Antonio Pierce was Aiyuk's coach at Arizona State. And that's really it. But with Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Michael Gallup, I don't see it happening. But you always got to put the Raiders in there because of that connection with Antonio Pierce. Plus all the Instagram stories of saying, he's going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas. He's got to be in there. But I don't see it happening. And next up is the Cleveland Browns. You might be saying, Grant, why? They have Jerry Jeudy. They have Amari Cooper. And I forgot their other receiver. But Amari Cooper's on the last year of his contract. He will be 31 years old. If they have no plan on re-signing him because he's getting older, Aiyuk can immediately be that replacement. Elijah Moore is their other receiver. You could sign Aiyuk, trade for Aiyuk, have Aiyuk, Amari Cooper, and Jerry Jeudy as your three receivers this year. And then next year, if you decide to not re-sign Amari Cooper since he will be 31, you still have your number one receiver in Brandon Aiyuk. And then you have Jerry Jeudy, and once again, Elijah Moore. So I had to throw the Browns in there as a sneaky team. Because if they don't plan on re-signing Amari Cooper, then Brandon Aiyuk could be your shot. Only issue, who will be your QB? They have Deshaun Watson there. Is he really that good anymore? I guess we'll have to see. But based on what he's done so far, I don't know. And the next team, New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old. They could go all in for a Super Bowl in what could possibly be Aaron Rodgers' last year in the NFL, last season in the NFL. They could go all in like the Rams did that one year and try to win that Super Bowl with Rodgers in possibly his last year. And I could see him doing that with Aiyuk. Now, once again, they already have Garrett Wilson. And once again, they signed out of free agency who came from the Chargers. They got Mike Williams. Jets got a pretty good team. And once again, Rodgers, he's 40 years old. That's pretty old for the NFL. And so if they want to go all in and try to win the Super Bowl in possibly Rodgers' last year, I could see them trading for Aiyuk and adding him to that stacked receiving core. And finally, they've always got to be in the receiver talks. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Pretty sure Aiyuk would want to play for a contender. And the Chiefs, yes, they drafted the speedy receiver in the draft. However, add another receiver, add Aiyuk, that's crazy. You always have to have the Chiefs in the possible destinations for wide receivers. They have the best QB in the league in Patrick Mahomes. They might not have a good receiving core, but they have Patrick Mahomes. They always a Super Bowl contender. No matter how bad their team is, they have Mahomes, they are instantly a Super Bowl contender. So many receivers have been in the talks of joining the Chiefs. And the Chiefs just don't pull a plug on them. But once again, now Aiyuk is available for trade, so the Chiefs have to be in there. They always have to. They're a contender every year for the Super Bowl until Mahomes leaves or becomes trash, which that's going to be a long time. I could see Mahomes being a Chief for life. Probably. The Chiefs have got to be in there. At Aiyuk, you get that number 1 receiver, and you have Xavier Worthy, the speedy receiver from the draft. And with that being said, that is all 12 possible teams: the San Francisco 49ers, Green Bay Packers, Washington Commanders, Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens, LA Chargers, Las Vegas Raiders, Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, and finally, the Kansas City Chiefs. And with that, those are the possible teams that I could see Brandon Aiyuk heading to. And with that being said, comment down below where you think Brandon Aiyuk is going to go. Is he going to end up staying with the 49ers, or will he end up leaving and going to a new team? He demanded a trade. Will the 49ers trade him, or will they just end up giving him a new contract? I don't know. But my prediction, I believe he'll go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. Guys, I love that I'm back, and I'm ready to make YouTube videos again. Hopefully I keep making them. But comment down below where you think Aiyuk will go, and comment down any video ideas that you want me to do, whether it's 53-man roster projections or anything for the NFL, possibly another sport. My main interest is the NFL. However, I'd be interested to also talk about other sports if you really want me to. Once again, comment down below your picks, predictions, and guys, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and like this video. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!